am a woman who likes her stuff. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I thought I'd show you how I ended up organizing my beauty shelf, which I've been wanting to do for such a long time. It was such a disaster. I hated looking at it. Yeah, I'm just so glad I finally got it done because it was driving me absolutely crazy. If you want to see the final result and all the tips and tricks I learned along the way, then just keep on watching because we're about to get into it. So this is what it looked like before. Let's just say there's no words. Everything is everywhere. I have beauty stuff there, I have hair stuff there, I have just random, I don't know, like random stuff was on this shelf. It was a disaster. I don't know how else to put it. I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed of how it got and how it was for so long. But in my defense, I'm sharing this shelf, okay? We just moved. I just kind of plopped everything there that I needed from day to day, and it just stayed like that for the longest period of time. The shelf is also in my bedroom, so there's a lot that's going on it that just is stuff that you'd have in your bedroom. I am a normal person, okay? I am a woman who likes her stuff, so, you know, it is what it is. I am ashamed of the amount of stuff on my shelf, but I'm not ashamed of the products I have on my shelf because they wouldn't be there if I didn't need them at some point in time. I wanted to create 5 tips. Maybe I'll come up with 5. At this point in time, I only have 4. Actually, no. I do have 5. I do. So, tip number 1. Be clear on what you want to display on your shelf. For me, I knew that I wanted to have my makeup on my shelf, easy access. I wanted to have all my hair stuff on, one shelf because I have a lot of hair products and different times call for different hair products. So sometimes I want to do slick back buns, sometimes I want to, have the length. So everything needed to be in, the same area. I also did want to get all Pinteresty and have a shelf for my purses and have a shelf for my shoes. I tried it. You'll see in tip number 5 whether it worked out or not, but I'd say, for the purpose of this video, we got it done. The bottom shelf, we just kept it books because I'm a scholar, okay? And I need my books to be easy access. I have a lot of books there that some are memories, some are just, things that I need to access right away, or, I'd like to access if I happen to be stumbling upon a question or something. So books are staying at the bottom. Don't question it. It's not beauty related, but we have lives, okay? Tip number 2. Get inspiration, okay? Get inspiration. Some people can see in their head what they want to do and implement it where they want. I like to go on Pinterest, make a mood board, and have everything just there. So I'm able to see, what I want things to look like, what things I might need to get in order to make it look like that. It also helps to figure out what you want to omit in order to get the look that you want. When I was on Pinterest, all I did is I just typed in beauty shelf organization or something like that. And then I just saved it to a specific board. I saved organization for makeup, organization for hair, organization for purses, because everybody has a different style, but I kind of wanted to combine them, and Pinterest didn't really have, one shelf with all those things. So I had to go and find my way, but it all worked out in the end. Tip number 3, clear shelf by shelf and organize as you go, okay? This is probably one of the most important tips that you will get from this video, okay? It's not the most important because they're all important, okay? But it's definitely up there. When you're organizing, you want to make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself, because obviously if you have a bunch of stuff, You don't want to move from one place of clutter to another place of clutter. You kind of want to go from clutter to somewhat organized, and then when you get it on your shelf, that's where, you know, the full organization comes together, all beautiful and whatnot. Yes, I happen to use my bed for this particular venture of mine, and so I organized a makeup section, a hair section, a miscellaneous section, and then I realized I had a bunch of like body stuff on my shelf that I didn't really account for until I had it all sprawled out on my bed, and I was like, whoa, this takes up a lot of the content on my shelf. So in the end, I ended up having to create a shelf space for that, but you know, we work as we go, we figure it out. Ooh, another reason why organizing as you go is also really important is because you're able to get rid of the garbage you had that you didn't know that you had, okay, before you go putting it back on the shelf. Okay, so if you organize everything on the bed, as soon as you see the garbage, make sure you have a garbage can ready so you can just toss it one time, okay? Don't put it back on the shelf. Don't do it, okay? It's a mistake. You will regret it. Tip number 4, you have to make sure that you figure out how you use your products day to day, okay? You don't want to be putting the things that you need to access multiple times a day at the bottom of the shelf or at the very top where you can't reach it or you're struggling, you know? If you use something day to day on a daily basis, something you need to grab quickly, you want it to be somewhere around eye level. So for my shelf, I ended up putting my makeup around eye level and then my hair stuff just below that, because although I do my hair more than I do my makeup, it looks more aesthetically pleasing to me to put my makeup stuff on top. But at the same time, you know, the hair stuff is just as accessible as the makeup stuff. And I have to say, it's wintertime now. I can't leave the house without putting something on my lips. So again, that was a priority when it came to the shelf placement. Yeah, so by the end, the shelf that you guys saw is not the shelf that came to be, because I realized the body stuff I use on a daily basis, and that ended up being what was on the top shelf. Because let's face it, I use lotion every day, okay? And I need a shelf for my lotions, apparently, because I have so many and I didn't realize it. And my perfumes and body oils, oh gosh, body butters, you name it, okay? Yeah, so that just made its way to the top of the shelf. And you know, I love looking at it because I know, oof, my skin's gonna get moisturized every morning and I just can grab and go, you know? I don't know, I kind of wanted my shelf to look like this, but it ended up looking like this, which is perfectly fine. Like I said before, I'm practical. Be practical. It's a good way to live. Being able to find things when I need them is just such a time saver, and I now appreciate my space so much more and my products. You know, when you're not able to find something and you know that you have it and it's just so frustrating? No more, okay? We fixed the issue. You're welcome. I also love the fact that I don't have to be worrying about things randomly falling off the shelf as I'm trying to grab something. You know, when you're about to grab something like super big, like a bottle of lotion or something, and you just have these random stuff in front of it and you're like trying to hold everything so it doesn't fall? Yeah, no more. We don't have to do that anymore. That leads me to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is be practical. I know tip number 2 was to go on Pinterest and find a mood board, but the thing is, we are human beings. We cannot just do things for the aesthetics because we have lives, okay? So don't go putting, you know, a little perfume on a shelf beside your makeup palettes and calling it a day. Meanwhile, you look over to your bed or you look over to your table and you're like, oh, where am I gonna put all this stuff? No, we're not gonna do that. What we're going to do is we're going to find an aesthetically pleasing way to place all the things we need to place on the shelf. And then we are going to be satisfied, even though it does not look like some spick and span, you know, shopping mall picture that we got off Pinterest. Okay? And don't feel ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Honestly, I was. I was slightly saddened that my shelf did not turn out as like as a Pinterest board, but at the end of the day, I'm so proud that I was able to organize it the way that I did. I have all my products there that I need, and at the end of the day, I can look at it and I don't cringe at the clutter. I don't cringe that I'm seeing, you know, I don't know, hair stuff, my hairbrush beside my my lipstick. Why was that even a thing in the first place? No. So yes, if I have any tip for you, it's to be practical, okay? Don't beat yourself up if your shelf doesn't look, you know, Pinterest worthy, Instagram worthy. Do the shelf that works for you and be proud that you accomplished something today, okay? If you like this video or found it helpful, or both, please like and comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content. Bye!